you know, like Infestors and Broodlings, but also Broodlings. And the fact that the upgrades were very low, because it's not just the fact that Zerglings are good. Broodlings are very good with 3/3 as well.
And I also want to talk about how the first push of a Zerg is always the strongest push. That's the one that if you stop, then it's a manageable situation. And the reason for that is because they've been building up the whole game for that big push, right? Like, Infestors were built way in advance. The Zerglings built way in advance. The Roaches built way in advance, etc. So they're normally just compounding this army to create that big, massive thing that you have to actually confront. And then after that, it's like, okay, well, it's all on the money that I'm actually building right now, right? So it's that first push that's a little bit difficult, especially in TVZ. I feel like Dream really could have come back into that. But of course, we move over to and 2 racks to Valley, where probably we see 2 racks on Entomb Valley every single game.
Really? I always think the same about Cloud Kingdom.
Whoa.
And Dream wants to end this game really quickly, Andre.
Yeah. This is a good 2 racks map because I talk about this every single time, it feels like. After a TVZ in the game number 2, as soon as a Terran loses, this area right here, you can see it takes a little bit for a Spinecrawler to actually walk over to the optimal position, which is right around here above the ramp in the middle. And until you actually secure this position, it is a big problem, because if a bunker is placed over here, then what you have is you have to defend the ramp and you have to defend this particular hatchery. And normally you can't defend both of them at the same time. There's just too much investment that you actually have to actually go into, and you run into a lot of problems. Hyun will go ahead and scout out his opponent first. A very lucky scout out. His drone will actually go into the middle of the map, or at least scout out to see if it's going to be a 2 racks or something like a 14 command center.
Well, he's about to find out, though, in 1 second. And yes, now he sees the Marine. He says, well, this is kind of expected, actually. First bunker on the low ground, a great position for Dream to kind of force himself up there and really take the side of this natural expansion. But the drones are not going out to meet the Marine and SEV. A good surround if he can get it. The Marine is running out of space to run. The 2 SEVs trying to come in to buffer and set up a more position. But Dream now has 2 more Marines. Oh, but Hyun's not going to stop. He traps 1 Marine. Immediately snipes it. The second one already on the retreat. Now Dream has to kind of kite and run to the bunker. Can he get the space? Can Hyun deny it? He gets one of the Marines, but another one manages to get in there. Wow, great defense from Hyun, but he is sacrificing a hell of a lot of his economy at this point.
Yeah, the problem though, Dream wasn't able to actually start a second bunker, so this will be a little bit slow. Let's see if he's actually able to actually get a reaction to this just yet. His Marine count being this low is actually very beneficial, and he might be able to actually snipe this, just take the damage, snipe this bunker. Yes, he will. Oh no, Dream. Oh no, this is not looking good. Now 5 Marines are out, so that helps.
He keeps delaying the bunker too. He keeps delaying the bunker. It doesn't even matter because he's getting the Spinecrawler, but now he just has to really deal with just the fact that he can kind of pressure with the 5 Marines. And as long as he can get the Spinecrawler up, then Hyun he knows he'll be okay. A second bunker up goes up for Dream, which is great. But this is exactly why this supply depot exists on here, to prevent the 3rd bunker from going up. And now Hyun is working onto the SCV with the Queen. And as long as he can really snipe the bunkers from being able to finish, he'll be in good shape. Hyun has more Zerglings coming in production. The Spinecrawler now finishes as well. Oh, and Hyun, he is okay. He's going to be fine, at least for now, because Dream really doesn't have a contingency plan at this point. He's going to try to set up expansion perhaps, but he is playing very far behind.
That's absolutely true. I think the continuation bunkers, when you know they're making a Spinecrawler, they're starting to actually stabilize, they should actually go right around here. It's just too close. There's so much stuff that you can actually, do to harass that bunker from going up, and you still stabilize this ramp. Now I think Dream will have another. No, he's actually following up with the command center, and Hyun. My God, Hyun is on top of it. He's faster than me, and I have Black Sheep Wall on.
Yeah, Andre can literally see the entire map and have all vision.
God. So he knows that a 3rd command center is up. No, he doesn't know that. But he knows the 2nd command center is going up right now. He will drone up directly after this until probably around now, and then he'll put down some gas. Nope, I'm sorry. He'll drone up a little bit more, and then he'll put down gases pretty soon.
Well, this is kind of something that I know Top likes to do a lot. top formerly of OGS, a former GSL finalist. He loves going 2 racks into triple command center. And it's because Zerg feels very, very, they feel very safe because they know the 2 racks pressure has been thwarted. They know you want to expand, but you can go ahead and get a 3rd expansion, try to catch up that way. What are your thoughts about this, though? Like, I mean, is this almost too much of a change of pace where you go 2 racks into 3 command center? Is it too passive?
Yes.
Do you think?
I think it's garbage.
Oh, wow. You think it's a trash build?
Trash build, yes.
Did Idra teach you that word? Because he uses, I mean, I think that's what he used to describe that kind of stuff. But at the same time, it's, what else can you really do? Can you really pressure a Zerg that has 3 queens and a good enough amount of spine crawlers, 2 spine crawlers? It's hard, don't you think, situationally? Like, where do you go from here then if your 2 racks fails?
To this. But that's why 2 racks is such a trash build. I honestly think 2 racks is terrible. Like, I think all Zerg should be able to defend it. There's very small cases when it's actually undefendable, but Zergs these days should be able to actually micro it to stop any marine pressure.
Like a Shakura's Plateau, triple
yeah,
plateau?
Shakura's Plateau, that's like an extreme case. That's the perfect example, I think, of how it is so economically damaging to go a 2 racks. I mean, it will always do something. Either you have to make like 4 spine crawlers or you have to commit all of your drones in the middle of the map. You're always guaranteed to do damage. And it's really quite a shame. On other maps though, like this, holding it off is pretty natural. And then the normal thing is marine pressure. Like, you can't go into Hellion pressure directly after that. It's just too slow. So the normal thing is marine pressure. And if you just get your metabolic boost, or in this case get roaches, which I'm not a huge fan of, but if you get metabolic boost and even a baneling nest, there is nothing that can actually kill you. You can drone up forever. And I think that's the power that Zergs have directly after 2 Raxes.
I dare say even get creep spread as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
to empower it.
That's up there.
And yeah, a couple of spine calls here and there won't hurt. Now Hyun is going for double Evo Chamber, starting his upgrades very aggressively. That's going to be a key sign that Hyun wants to eventually transition into investors really soon as well, of some sort, just because he's going to be able to get those upgrades very nicely, control the map, really rely on Zerglings, just like you said. He does have a few roaches as well out into the field just for that safety, but now that 3rd is comfortably saturated. I mean, look, he's already going to go up to the mid-60s. Even though Dream has triple command centers, he's been trying to focus on a lot of SCV production. Zerg can get that far ahead, and the economy is just absurd at this point. And Dream doesn't even have map control, I mean, because the Hellions are out, but the Roaches are there already zoning everything out. This is really good. I like the decision to incorporate some Roaches here. Yeah,
now that I look at it, I don't mind the Roaches at all. Of course, you want to actually apply a little bit of pressure up here. It looks like a Zergling Baneling Roach all in. And all this time that he's trying to defend against this, he's not blowing down those rocks, which actually connect the 3rd base. So I don't mind that at all. Hyun actually is playing this out great. And from here, what does he actually go? He's just going to obviously drop back. And again, we have this Hellion Marine pressure that has finesse play, but doesn't really have the power play. Right? Because you invest so much into getting those 2 medevacs that cost just so much, you don't really have a lot of power behind this. Hyun is the one that can actually make the perfect composition to deny this from actually doing any sort of damage.
The Hellions do end up getting into a disposition. Good splits from Dream. Oh my goodness. Wow, that could have gone so much worse for our Terran player, but now he's the one pressuring. More Zerglings are coming, though, and the Marines are a little bit weak. And the flank as well, catching a couple of the Hellions. Great re-engagement here from Hyun. And MVP Dream forced to pick off. Now Lair is finished. Hyun has to make a tech choice at this point, but honestly, he's looking so sharp at this point. And he's going to drop mutas in response to seeing what his opponent's doing again. I like this.
That pressure is theoretically supposed to stop any early 4th bases. And he wasn't even able to accomplish that. That's a big problem, because now Hyun, it's needless to say, he will get a giant advantage from this early 4th base before his opponent is even able to saturate this 3rd base. That's a big problem. And here he goes again with a quad drop. This can do a lot of damage, so this continuation will be a little bit helpful, but Banelings will get in here. Wow. Very quick pickup. Nice job.
And he's thinking about redropping again. I think he was trying to see if he can force some Bane detonations for free. But you can see that Dream now has his 3rd command, and this is, of course, like you said, Andre, last game, to keep pressure off his inevitable expansion. I love that Hyun has 8 gases almost immediately and going to start saturating it, and he's going to be able to get out a good number of mutas. One thing that kind of is very interesting as well is that he does seem to really prioritize incorporating roaches into his mutilating Bane composition. He doesn't seem to neglect them. Last game we saw him kind of sprinkle in here and there. Instead of really leaning over too heavily on mutas and lings themselves, but getting some roaches in well. It's kind of cool. I like that, actually.
Yeah, definitely not bad. I don't mind it whatsoever. 2 medevacs will actually pass over some Zergling's Banelings, as you guys can see right here. They'll obviously be a problem for Dream. I don't even know if Hyun saw it. Yes, he did. Okay. And it looks like he's going for a tiny little bust. This is actually very helpful. The reason why he had to back up from here is because this is like half his army inside these 2 medevacs, so he's scared that there's some sort of continuation directly after this. Because when you see just a couple of Zergling and Baneling, it's like, oh yeah, he's really going to attack with just that army. No, there's most likely something behind that. Let me just go ahead and make sure that I'm safe. I was going to say goodbye, medevac, but hello, medevac.
Yeah, that could have ended really poorly for Dream. Oh, never
Goodbye.
mind. Goodbye, medevac. The guys were like, "Don't worry, we'll make it, guys." And we're like, "Oh, never mind." So you can see that at this point, Dream has pretty much the standard stuff started. He's got Marine tank and a 2-2 lined up, but his upgrades are pretty delayed. I mean, it's 16 minutes in the game, and 2-2 is not even halfway done. It's going to be a very long time before Dream can make any push, if any. In fact, he can't really, because Hyung's now getting his Infestation pit out. And when he gets Infestions out into the field, it's going to shut down this play. It's so much more. 52 Banelings on the way, Andre. 52 on top of the 17. He's going to have almost 70 Banelings.
Sweet, merciful crap. And how many times have we seen this? A 2-2 Zergling, Baneling, pseudo all in? It's not even all in because he's on 4 base, so he can actually afford this.
Going for a 5th
This is
base.
correct.
Yeah.
This is absolutely correct. Going to swing in here trying to do something. Zergling's getting into position.
Oh, here comes 70
God.
Banelings. What can you really do? There's just so much Zerg units coming out. The Zergling's flanking as well. Oh my goodness, it doesn't even matter if tanks are there. Your 3rd's dead. Goodbye, 3rd production. He's going to be able to take care of all the SCVs. Roach is now coming in to also help buffer against the Marines. The tank here in the main is afraid to move down. And now, oh my goodness, even the commander doesn't even know where to go because it's in disarray. Dream has no ability to get it forward whatsoever, and Hyun completely devastates the Terran army right before 2-2 finishes.
It's like watching Bitters games. And after this, do you know what he says? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. I mean, this is it. GG. Hyun takes game number 2 in a flashy, explosive way. And you know what's so funny is that in the end, it was actually a very cost-inefficient trade, but who cares?
It doesn't matter when you're on
70. Like, the resource losses tab was almost even. Like, and in fact, Dream actually did a pretty good job managing killing everything, but he just lost way too much. And in the end, his economy was in shambles. Production was nowhere near anything to kind of muster up. Great play from Hyun.
Absolutely.
Great play.
And that being said, he is going to move on. So our 3rd person in the round of 8.
No, he's in the semifinals.
Semifinals.
This is the round of 8.
Excuse me.
Hyun's in the semis. And we'll find out what happens. We actually have another series. It's a guaranteed foreigner in the semifinals. It's Major versus Everrise. It's going to be a TVT wrapping up today. So don't go too far, guys. We'll be back after a quick break.